Boleh dengar? Try.
Hello.
Louder.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah, hello.
I'm listening.
Kedengaran.
Oh,
Listen.
okay. My name is Husnina.
Nina, okay.
Nina, and I want to ask one question. How could we increase or prolong the stability of final therapeutic product? How could we increase or prolong
the
stability of final therapeutic product?
Okay, so I think it depends on the character of the proteins. You can try to study which chemicals or excipients that will increase the stability of the protein by, for example, trying to find a good formulation of the protein. The other thing that you can, for example, to do the chemical modification, for example, by fusing to the polyethylene glycol to increase the stability of the protein. And also, you can try to find the best storage condition. For example, in terms of the temperature or humidity, and also the container of the protein. Another things, you can also to do modification of the protein by, for example, doing protein engineering by changing some of the amino acid in the therapeutic proteins. For example, if you find that one of the amino acid prone to the oxidation and the protein is actually is not important for the folding of the protein and also for the activity of the protein, then you can change that amino acid to another stable amino acid to oxidation, for example.
Okay. Hopefully you get all that, and it might come out in the final exam. Okay, thank you very much, Nina. One more question. Okay, one more question from students. Okay, anyone before we move to the next section? Okay, quickly, almost 5 o'clock. Okay, ini Farah. Okay, Farah. Silakan Farah. Okay, speak directly to the speaker.
Okay, I'm Farhana Diana. So just now you already explained about the how to increase or prolong the stability. So now I want to ask how we can maintain the stability of the therapeutic products once it enters the market.
On the shelf. On the shelf.
On the shelf.
Yeah, okay. I think you have to maintain the storage. You have to maintain the storage condition in the proper container, and also during the distribution. For example, if the protein is unstable to high temperature, then you have to maintain the transportation in the proper temperature condition.
Okay. Sudah cukup ya. So the most important thing is once the therapeutic products, drugs enter the markets, we still need to have some kind of controls, yeah, in order to maintain the stability as well as the activity of the products. Does it have to be in the liquid forms or powder form? Is it the same? In the liquid and in the powder form, is it the same? Once the product enter the market on the shelf?
Okay. if you use the solid form, it's going to be more stable than in the liquid form.
Okay, so once the products is lyophilized or solidified in the powder forms, in the form of tablets or capsule, then they tend to have a higher stabilities, as well as activities. Hopefully, otherwise it's not going to work in the target of end users. Okay, maybe one last question. Okay, 3 questions from the students before we give out a test or quiz. Anyone? One more student. One more? Come on, quickly, stand up. Okay, one from the back. Okay, siapa? Puan. Sorry? Okay, you. Okay. They usually not asking so many questions in my class. Come.
Yes, okay, speak directly to the speaker. Okay, I'm Tan Yong Jie. Then, can I know that how long does it take in Indonesia to commercialize the therapeutic product from preclinical trial until the third phase of the clinical trial?
Okay, so how long does it take to commercialize products from R&D or preclinical until phase 3 clinical trials in Indonesia, for example, or in the US?
From
R&D
clinical
until product itself is commercialized or completed phase 3 clinical trial.
Yeah, I think it depends whether the protein is the new therapeutic proteins or it's biosimilar. So for the biosimilar is usually shorter than the new therapeutic proteins, because for the new therapeutic protein, it is required to have the full scheme of the preclinical and clinical trials. But for the biosimilar, as long as you can prove that your protein is highly similar to the innovator, then the company doesn't have to do the full preclinical and clinical trials. For the new therapeutic proteins, from preclinical to the clinical until commercialization, probably it takes about 5 years. Yeah, from clinical trials to the commercialization. But for the biosimilar, I think it's shortened, probably about 3 years.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, good.